Get some yayo, double up. What you need, get some.
All right, we did blur out the bleep. We bleeped the word, but he actually said the word. And as you can see, he seems pretty amped up as he is reciting some words from the rappers Bone Thugz-N-Harmony. Now, Ben Mintz was fired from the company after saying that racial slur while reading rap lyrics live earlier this week. Ben Mintz claims it was an unforgivable mistake. He took to Twitter after the incident and he stated the following: "This morning, I made an unforgivable mistake, slipping on air while reading a song lyric. I meant no harm and have never felt worse about anything. I apologize for my actions. I am truly sorry and ashamed of myself." So that's coming from Ben Mintz. So I'm just trying to understand, and this is legitimate. So for all our viewers who are watching us live and you're gonna put your comments in the queue, really seriously, this is legitimate question. I'm just trying to understand how you slip and use the word. Really, like how by accident do you use the N-word? Now here's some background on this entire saga. Popular Barstool host Ben Mintz was fired from the company after saying a racial slur while reading rap lyrics on a live stream earlier this week. Mintz, known as Mintzy, received backlash when he said the N-word on his show, Wake Up Mintzy, while rapping the song First of the Month by Bone Thugz-N-Harmony on Monday. Now I wanna first say, before I bring Mike in here, just don't even try this at home. I don't even know why he picked that song. And even if it didn't have the N-word in it, he was not doing that song any justice whatsoever. Now, 2 days later, Barstool President Dave Portnoy posted a video to Twitter announcing that the company had fired the host. Take a look.
Okay, emergency press conference time. Bad news, this sucks. So today we had to fire Ben Mintz, the artist formerly known as Ben Mintz. It stems from his Wake Up with Mintzy. Ironically, finally got to do him live, and he was rapping lyrics to a rap song, reading the words off his phone. And he rapped a racial slur. He turned white as a ghost. You could tell instantly, he's like, oh my God, what did I do? It's like a Ron Burgundy moment. He read it, he knew he was up. He's been super apologetic, like in shambles basically. And I think anybody watched the clip, it was like, there's no way he meant to do that. He's just not the brightest bulb to ever come down the pipe. And he just screwed up, and he knew he screwed up. And there was no hatred behind it, no nothing. Still awful, but not my wildest dreams. I think I'd be sitting here being like, we had to fire Ben Mintz.
So now I ask this again legitimately. How can a person make an honest mistake using the N-word? And why is the transgression against the Black community, why are those transgressions acceptable? Like, it is expected that the Black community should quickly rush in and absolve people and just forgive them outright. But that doesn't apply to other ethnic groups or other ethnic slurs. I'm old enough to remember the wrath that came down on Kyrie Irving and so many others. I mean, it was swift. Right, and we could spend a whole show talking about the dynamics and the different judgments and sets of rules for other people. So Mike, I just want you to jump right on in.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like we have this conversation every other year where there's a bunch of conservatives who feign ignorance about when it's appropriate to use the word. And the answer, as a white person, I've always known, has been never. It's never okay. And so they try to find justifications, where it's like, okay, well, what if it's a rap song and I'm quoting lyrics? What if I'm doing this? What if I'm doing that? When it's just no. And like, if you log on to TikTok, you see a bunch of people dancing and they're singing along to songs, and songs that have that word, they just don't say it in there, right? So it's one thing to make a mistake, but I think that most people know where this entire conversation is going. It's going to lead to conservatives trying to justify their use of that word. And that's exactly what we saw. We're gonna get to it here in a moment, probably. Matt Walsh is now defending the use of the word. Why can't I say it? Why can't I say it? And a lot of this also goes back to, this is a little bit of a tangential issue here, but whenever there's these conversations about censorship and social media, banning conservatives, it always comes down to them just wanting to say the N-word. That's like almost always what this is about. Like, they want to be able to say slurs and they don't want to be ostracized for it, right? That's really what this is about. But I mean, I feel like at this point in time, it's pretty clear that that's not okay. We all know this. They know this. So I just feel like it feels redundant to have this conversation. If they're gonna say it, then that's fine, but they can't expect to just not see any backlash from that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's stopping them from saying this word that they apparently very much want to say, but they don't want the social repercussions with it. They don't want the ostracization, but it doesn't work that way. Right, it doesn't work that way. We know, we've had the conversation. I just feel like what's left? Like, do black people have to educate white people every 6 months about when it's appropriate to use the word? Like, I just feel like it's got to be exhausting. As a white person, no, it's pretty simple. Like, why do we have to keep coming back to this? Like, it's exhausting. Conservatives are exhausting. And
no, I'm with you. I'm with you, Mike, on that. Every 6 months, yeah, it seems like every other day. And your point about you can use the word, I mean, you were right in my head. Yeah, if you want to use the word, but just know there are gonna be consequences and repercussions for the use of the word. This is America. You wanna use the word, you so amped up, it's gonna change your life forever. But just go ahead and use the word.